It really is brilliant to have Aaron Moon with us from the On-Course Foundation here in the Open Zone. The On-Course Foundation supports the recovery of wounded, injured and sick servicemen and women and veterans through golf. Can you tell us what golf has done for you, Aaron?
Well, through the On-Course Foundation, after getting injured, it got me back into playing the game against able-bodied and disabled people. Gives you the confidence to realise that you're not much different. But now it's got me employment. I'm assistant pro at Bolton Golf Club. With the aim of turning pro at the end of the year.
Yeah, the foundation aims to get people jobs within the golfing industry. You played at Castle Stewart last week with Tommy Fleetwood. What did you shoot?
Roughly a level par.
Fantastic, absolutely. Yeah. Can you hit a shot for us? We've got quite a big crowd here at the Open Zone, ready to support you. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gents. You've got to get your weight distribution right, haven't you?
Yeah, it's just the rotation that's a bit more difficult now, but
you are doing an absolutely brilliant job, and the goal is to turn pro?
Yeah, hopefully. I want to try and compete on one of the smaller tours like the Euro Pro to see if I can do it, and then build my way up, hopefully, and be out here one day with these guys.
And who are you going to watch today here at the Open?
Well, obviously I wanted to watch Tommy, but unfortunately he's not made it, but Justin Rose is a big favourite of mine. Yeah. All the British golfers, Lee Westwood, they're all cracking. It'd be nice to see a Brit bring it home.
Thank you so much for being with us in the Open Zone. You are an inspiration to so many people.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gents. Fabulous. We are delighted to have Aaron Moon in the studio with us from the On-Course Foundation, which supports the recovery of wounded, injured and sick servicemen and women and veterans through golf. And Aaron, can you just tell us what golf has done for you?
Well, it's given me a new lease on life. Since getting injured in 2009, I lost my leg. Didn't really have anywhere to go, got discharged from the Marines, didn't know what I was going to do with myself. Found the On-Course Foundation, they got me back playing. Got me to a pretty good standard, and then I've now I'm assistant pro at Bolton Golf Club. Looking hopefully to turn pro, start my PGA degree at the end of the year.
That really is brilliant. And your handicap?
It's 2 at the minute.
2, and what was it?
Before I lost my leg, I played off 22.
Absolutely fantastic. So, how important is golf and sport as a whole in changing people's lives?
I think it's fabulous, especially for like the injured servicemen, because we come from that family background. You have a meaning and type thing, and then when you get discharged, you don't really know what to do with yourself. So, like the On-Course are really good because they bring us all back together. They help us get back into the game where golf's a fabulous game for anybody, but for people with disabilities, it gives them the opportunity because of the handicap system. They can play against anybody and be equal. So your disability is not really a disability anymore because you have a handicap that makes you can get somebody off 38 going out playing against Rory, and in theory they should be equal. So it's a fabulous thing for people with disabilities, and it's a fabulous game for everyone concerned.
It certainly is, yeah, and it's wonderful that the On-Course Foundation helps people to find jobs within the golfing industry. You don't necessarily have to play, it's within the whole industry.
Yeah, we've found, I think it's about 33 lads now in full-time employment, and 60 plus have had work experience from all aspects, from greenkeeping to club building. A few people like myself have going into the assistant pro to become pro. So yeah, it's fabulous.
Yeah, excellent. Well, I am going to leave you with Claude, and you're going to hit a few shots. Great stuff.
All right, so Aaron, when you play your best, what type of shape do you like to play on your shots? Do you like to hit draws? Do you like to hit fades?
I like to hit a draw, but my natural shot's a fade.
Okay.
So.
And your injury, is it made it difficult for you to feel like you transfer your weight? Do you try and do anything in your golf swing to just try and stay a little bit more centered?
I do find I end up coming forward and push through a bit too soon.
Right.
I think that's more protection of my leg.
Absolutely.
I've been working on that quite a lot recently to try and start with the upper body.
Right, and try and feel like you cover it a little bit more. Okay, go ahead and hit one. So the setup, grip, everything looks really, really solid. Perfect. I think it just shows that if you have any sort of injury, you've got to try and work around that. And I think you're doing a really good job at feeling like your weight stays a little bit left side. You know, it's almost for you, the idea of you trying to make any sort of weight shift with the injury that you've had. I mean, it's almost a waste of time for you to try and feel like you were to get behind the golf ball. So one of the things that you can mess around with and toy with is actually going and just kind of preloading or this lead leg, which is going to be your left leg, and then just basically kind of staying there, you know, kind of like what you see guys, you know, that are more kind of stack and tilt do, to where you just get a little bit left and stay there, because the natural thing for you in wanting to try and feel like you hit a draw is going to be to try and back up to draw it, and then you're going to an unstable position. So go ahead and take your setup. So when you set up, do you feel like your weight is distributed evenly, or do you feel like...
Yeah, pretty even. It does at first, and then just at the last minute I tend to have that little shift.
One of the things I think that would probably help you a little bit is don't be afraid to maybe get a little bit 60-40, maybe just a little bit 70-30, and then just basically stay there. And then on the downswing, if I go ahead and take the golf club, you're going to really want to try and feel like you go ahead and get onto this leg to where you can feel like you can be a little bit more stable, because that's where you're going to have a little bit more control over the club face. But you got a beautiful golf swing, beautiful grip. Positive setup. That again. All right, take one
Felt
more.
a bit awkward being
of course.
over that side.
It's going to be different for you, because you're going to want to go backwards to try and get out of it. Good. Hit one more for me. I mean, I think the basic fundamentals, you've got really good basic fundamentals, but you can see as you come in, there's this want for the body to go back. And I think if you can just get used to the feeling of moving forward, take a setup without a golf ball. Right, and with no backswing, Aaron, just go ahead and follow through all the way to that follow-through position. See where your weight would go there? I think that would be a good one for you, because one of the things that we find with guys that have had really bad injuries, anytime we see leg breaks, the balance and the equilibrium of your body just kind of gets thrown off. So if you can start to get the feeling of being on that left side, because that's where you're going to get your power and your strength, and just practice swings where you go through and follow through and get that weight going forward. So, all right, let's go ahead and take that normal setup, and let's end on a good one. Really get through this, like you said, really start to fire that chest through impact. Perfect. And you can see that the speed there has carried you through to this position. So the only thing that I would try and get you to work on is getting used to that feeling of being in a balanced position and getting to go more that way. But you've done a fantastic job with your grip. You've got a really good setup. And it just goes to show you that it doesn't matter what type of injury you had. I take my hat off to you, because you've tried to come back from something that most people would never come back from, and you've made it work, and stick at it with your golf, man.
Thank you very much.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.